So the dog's name will be GTM.
Yep. Woof.
Woof. All right, and I'll start the round. 3, 2, 1, go. So immediately, the first thing that happens, Bowser steps in, something. I don't know the story, but you know, it's a game. The very nice thing about this hack, just immediately, is that there's an in-game timer for speedruns. So you don't have to worry about menuing. You can take breaks, which I've loved. So GTM, immediately. What do you know about the game?
There's a dog in it, and it follows you around. The dog is not necessarily like a gimmick to the hack, but he's pretty darn useful throughout the entire thing. So you'll be seeing him appear pretty often, helping you out with stars, so on and so forth.
This hack is weird, where since it is a big collab hack, a lot of the levels, like, they have their own individual theme, but overall there doesn't seem to be like a very cohesive theme. So there'll be some levels where you just don't see the dog at all, and it makes no sense, but you know.
But I think overall it flows together very well. Lots of talented hackers, like mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's an excellent hack that unfortunately not enough people play. Everyone needs. Oh, okay. Everyone needs to speedrun this hack. I need friends. Sag.
We need a community.
Need a community. Build a community. So yeah, that was the 100+ reds. Routed today by me. It beat the old route by about 12 seconds. So good job, me. But yeah, very cool.
Now, you were in a pool of water briefly. I believe the water mechanics were changed, fine-tuned, probably for a better casual experience if I had to imagine, but you might see other things like that throughout the hack, just some nice quality of life changes for the casual player.
Yeah, the water is... Oh, that's not the movement here. The water is so much nicer, I think. I don't know if I'd take it over vanilla just because I'm so used to it, but it is extremely nice. Instead of having to like time your A presses perfectly, like all you have to do is just hold a direction and you'll already start to be moving in that direction. And then you hold A to go up and B to go down. It is fantastic. And right here I'm holding these little seeds and planting these flowers, aka trees, and the dog just fully finishes planting them. It's very nice.
And a very nifty backflip to grab the star.
Yeah, I don't think it's faster, but it looks nice. I forgot what star I was going for, which is very nice. So there's lots of... This stage is very... I like the theming of the stage a lot. I like all the pink. I'm dumb. Lots of pink. I like the music here too. And you can see like the petals everywhere. Very good way to start the hack. Like, the green doesn't necessarily match, I don't think, but I can pass, or I can take that for what this stage ends up becoming. Very nice.
Definitely, and the music that plays also just gives you the sense that everything's gonna be quite all right.
Alright, so now we have this pink Bomb King. And, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm only going to do one throw, and, hopefully that's enough. And so, dog got hands.
Ginormous hands.
Coming out of nowhere. But it's pretty funny. So we only have, I think, 2 more stars in this stage. Both of them are pretty quick here. Get a sneak peek at some of those swimming mechanics. Not too much, though. Went by very quickly, but normal swimming would not allow that to happen. And then we'll go get the last one in the tree. So this game has 10 different courses, or 10 main courses, and then 3 separate Bowser stages. If I can count, I think that's correct. And this is the first one. We're going to be skipping at least one of them. We're going to be skipping the Cloud one here. I do want to mention it briefly. It has a really cool boss fight and some just really fun mechanics in general, but we're not really going to be able to see too much. But it is definitely really fun, and it's worth playing if you haven't. But we're going to be playing the worst stage, I think.
Shoutouts to Someone2639 for including a lot of backtracking in this level.
It's fun. Barely. It's a stage. It's interesting.
Definitely hair raising.
And I am on a high rise right now. So right now I have to. So first I got sunglasses, and now I grabbed a cane so I can pretend to be blind. To prove that my dog is a seeing eye dog. So he just made an exception for me, so now I get a star. It's excellent storytelling. It's the best in class. And I love the feature of this stage where you get to start at the train every time and go through these rotating doors. Every time. The theming is brilliant. And then, since we're blind, we have to go do a whole bunch of help for the front desk guy because he's lazy. So we get to ride this elevator up to floor 2. Now, the dog here wants to target these couches. For some reason, the dog hates couches, so you have to stop him from breaking any of the couches. And how you do it is just by running into the dog. It took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to figure out how to stop the dog because it just happened naturally in my gameplay. So, that's very cool. But yeah, that's the first quest. We had to just move some couches like 3 inches. And we're done. They're also gigantic couches. Doesn't make sense.
Definitely seems like everything in this building was not meant for Mario entities in terms of size.
No, not really. Oh, we're doing one of the best things in the hack right now. Got it. Big Chungus soda. Now, what flavor is this? What do you think this is?
Well, I just had Pepsi, so I'm gonna go with Pepsi.
Pepsi? Okay. I mean, I think it's one of those, like, it's the flavor you want it to be. It just is ethereal. It changes flavor. It's that good. So I think it's Dr. Pepper. Because I like Dr. Pepper. Grape
Chungus
Cannon.
Ooh.
Alright, so now we're going to floor 4. So we've been to floor 2 and floor 3. And now we need to go to floor 4, which has a pool on it. I don't know how many hotels or apartment buildings have pools on any other floor but the bottom. But I'm not an architect, so... Also, this pool has no texturing, so I see why real people do it.
Not sure how many pools also have a giant turbine that looks like it was made from Roblox.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a real turbine, like, kids would be getting sucked into that, like, all the time. It sounds like a safety hazard. So, here's the first Bowser stage. Bowser's Flying Fortress. Cannon shot doesn't matter, you'll always make it. It's an interesting way to do it themingly, or thematically. Thank you. where you actually have them shoot out of the cannon to prove that it is floating. And now we just get 8 red coins. In this stage, there's 8 red coins. No way. The dog has gained a new power. It is explosive wall breaking power. And the worst enemies in this game by far.
These are
so fast.
pretty strong enemies. You know, Bowser definitely paying his troops more money than usual.
You can't kill them. They damage you for 2, I believe, and they're extremely fast. They are terrifying. Also, that wall is slightly broken.
Shoutouts to the troll face portraits all throughout the hallway.
Yeah, it's excellent the amount of trolling Bowser can do on a daily basis here. Gets inspired by every picture on the wall here. I believe we'll see a couple more coming up here.
Let's get some colon TFs in the chat, guys.
Colon TF. Oh wait, there's none in this hallway? This is... Oh wait, never mind, there is. There. Beautiful. Love it. And the star is gray in this one, so each stage in this hack has a different color of star, which I think is cool. I think it helps separate the stages, especially since it's made by a lot of different people. And it kind of fits thematically, like all the walls are gray. Oh, and here we get to see our dog's explosive power, and I'm ready for it. Be ready. Oh, it's so good. Brought a change up with him too.
Bowser with absurd Riz right here. I definitely fold.
I would, for sure. I mean, I wish you could just play that cutscene on loop. I believe one of the trailer images, if I'm not mistaken, had like a race basically, where you race Bowser while snowboarding down the thing.
Sounds awesome.
But I don't know if that was real or not, or if I was misinterpreting an image, but it looked amazing, and I wish that was the case. Now we get to do this terrible BLJ. So I have to use the... I don't know what it's called. Is it just like the parallel cam where you use the D-pad to like adjust it slightly?
I believe so.
It's a lifesaver for some things in this hack. Okay. So there's 3 separate ways you can get it. You can launch right into the star. You can land on it and fall off because of how the respawn mechanism works. Or you can have so much speed that you go through it, like through the bottom of the platform, and then you can ground pound and then land on the top, which might not make sense in explaining it like that, but it works. Just trust. This skips like an entire auto scroller basically. It's probably like 2 minutes. So even all of this failing is still definitely time save. All right, yep, nice troll. I didn't remember which one was the coins. So the nice thing about this hack is you realize that there's lots of a respawn mechanic, where it just, instead of like just burning you infinitely and only getting 1 shot here, the damage is only 2, and it just respawns you at the last solid point you touched, which is very, very convenient for things like this. Sort of. I mean, you could probably bounce your way to reality, like to the star, but oh my gosh, I think I'm slightly too little in speed. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Very nice.
Took a while, but that's why we're doing this stage first in this world. I know it's a marathon, but still.
So, as you notice, there's some unusual enemies. Now, for any people who are unaware, these are actually enemies found within Mario 64's beta code that was leaked, I believe, 3 years ago now. I
Something
think they're
along
called
those lines.
Motos, or Motos.
But I believe so. I believe there's a final boss fight. I don't believe was part of the leaks. Which would be insane if it was. That is General Motos. He's like a gigantic tank. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, that works.
Yeah, they seem like a scrapped version of the Chuckya.
They're a very weird version. When they grab you, they like do a little run and then like basically drop you. It's kind of funny. So we're immediately going to start out with a fall here for no reason, just to get you prepared. Just see, I'm kind of a bad player here, right? Check this out. I'm floating on air. That's how you know I'm good. So, for this star, the dog has a use, except that we won't be using him. Okay, so the dog is supposed to guide you on that path, that invisible path, but if you just memorize the path, you don't need the dog. And that's one of my favorite stars, except that it's quite hard to get used to it. I have some markers that I look for, which sounds incorrect because it's an invisible platform, but trust me, they exist. But it took way too long to learn that one star.
So these dumb-looking enemies from Sunshine. Great game, by the way.
Fantastic game, one of the best in the business.
Subjective.
Fuck. Oh yeah, of course we're gonna land on this platform too, so I have to actually climb back up. Oh, and let me just fall more. It's okay. Yep, excellent. Good start, but this just proves how good this system is. I think this game makes for a very fantastic casual hack because of that. Because imagine every time you fall, you're just dead. Which is fair, that's most Mario games, but that makes it a lot more casual friendly because of it. Which is yet another to give it a shot.
True. It's definitely the greatest blend between veteran players and casual players alike.
Yeah, this game gives a lot. There's a lot to explore. Lots to do. There's plenty of minigames too. Like custom-made minigames, which is really fun. Custom boss fights. Some custom physics, but nothing too much. It is an excellent hack. Would recommend for everyone. And now we're gonna follow up those two pretty cool stars with just pretty basic one, some wall kicking.
Some nice diving as well.
Getting a little extra speed there is always nice. We're getting a few more invisible walls here. Invisible walls? Invisible floors. Oh, nice angle. I'm bad at the game. So, come over here, climb up this, and then there's gonna be 5 secrets in the Silver Tower. And they all have invisible floors. Okay. But, you know, a talented speedrunner such as myself would not struggle with something like this. Probably. You kind of see, like, like the little paw prints to see where all the platforms are, but also don't worry, it's not that casual unfriendly. You get to look at this so you can see all the floors there. And then now we get to climb to the very top. Kinda. We climbed to the very top earlier, but now we get to climb it a different way. Do some sliding, the frosted tips, as the star mentioned. This is not the right way, but that's alright. So, GTM, have you... I know you watched me play this entire hack. Did you end up playing it yourself?
A bit, but not that much. Mario Motivation's been a little iffy, but I don't know, it's always good watching this hack. It's definitely one of my favorites this year.
I fully agree. I think the new age Mario hacks have been really cool to see.
Yeah, it's also great seeing a lot more hacks aim for console compatibility as well. It's not something you would have seen as much like 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best features of this. Unfortunately, I'm not selling that off because I am playing on emulator right now, but hear me out, I'm using at least... Wow. I am using the N64 controller, so... That guy is in the way. So, okay, you see how close I am to this, and you see how far that platform is? That makes no sense to me. How you can be in the middle of these, like, carriages here? Like, out here, and you'll be completely missing these platforms. This is like game design 101. You have to make it intent. You have to make it clear. It's pretty bad, but whatever, I guess. I can look past it. Unfortunately, we won't see this stage's really funny boss fight. I don't want to spoil it, you know, spoiling a Mario game, but trust me, it's well worth it to see for yourself. And I like that the little horses for the merry-go-rounds, if you saw them in the background, are like basically just ducks.
I like the little turny things with the gloves and the womp on it. Little clown womp.
Yeah, they're really cool. And again, it's unfortunately something you don't really see much of in any percent here because it's already... Like, unfortunately, a lot of... What? Unfortunately, a lot of the stars in this hack, or in this level are pretty long, besides these few. But it is something we'll see a minor amount of in the final stage. Alright, this trapeze, a little bit of a struggle there, but it happens. And now, the chill stage. X marks the spot, that's pretty simple. Oh, and the dog comes back!
The sand tower. Pillar.
There we go. And now, the next star will be the Koopa the Quick. So there's two things we're gonna note. One, our dog is a boat. Duck dog, dog boat. But we're gonna do this race with swag. It loses a couple seconds optimally, but it looks way cooler. You get the hyper speed. And this race is very interesting. It has you go through these like little beacons first before you can finish the race. But very, very cool. Always love to see a little
swag.
I like doing it. Especially for something like this where a few seconds don't matter to me. I think it's well worth it. Also, if you might have gotten a glimpse of the rabbit just going hyperspeed, don't worry about it. We'll catch him no problem. And I like these little, like, peach-colored stars. Very nice.
I'm a fan of this level's skybox. The clouds definitely, there's just something nice about their smile.
Yeah, very nice. They're smiling. Just out there, having a good time. Alright, let's hope I can remember how to do it. Nice. So, the rabbit does go at hyperspeed, but if you just line it up properly, you can just turn at the perfect time, and then you're good. I'm gonna do 100 coins real quick. It's a very chill stage. You spend most of the time either on the boat or swimming, but just get to enjoy the music. The skybox in the background. Yeah, how's your day? GTM? Hope it's good.
It's pretty good. I've been spending most of these days just kind of napping and doing nothing.
You know, it's kind of nice to have that sometimes, though.
Yeah. Good old unemployed life.
Yeah, I had that not too long ago. But, you know, it always comes back. Unfortunately, you always need money.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's still good to get the break every once in a while.
Definitely.
Oh, and of course, we get to see the swimming in action here.
As well as some gooper bloopers.
That's their official name. Pretty sure. The Gooper Blooper. I didn't hear the Gooper parts. Alright. I just wish that I wish the star fit in with the theming more. I felt like this is like like, I can accept the rabbit, but this one just felt like it's kind of just put there. But I understand, this is a very basic course, so it's amazing that they were able to make as many stars seem coherent with the theming. This is always really cool. You get the flip platforms from, I believe, Galaxy was the first time they were in.
Yeah. Nice little Morai enemies as well. Disguised bullies even.
With no knockback, you cannot knock these guys back. Oh my gosh, he's bugged. Okay, there we go. And just like that, we're finished. We finished that entire stage. Wasn't that bad?
Yeah. And to end off with a very unique take on the bully fight.
I think it's one of the best versions of the bully fight.
Definitely.
Oh, great start. Fortunately, the death box is right there. The Bowser's Rainbow Rings. I have no idea how he found these things, but whatever. Not my place to question. But this stage, it's pretty fun. I wish that we could show off the red coins in this category. It just doesn't make sense, but really cool red coins. This stage has a hack just by itself. It came out after the game came out for a Kaizo version of it, which is very. It's a lot more difficult, but it definitely is very fun. I think. I prefer the Kaizo, or not prefer, but I enjoy the Kaizo lifestyle. But it's a bit rough. I don't know how many of you were watching the run before mine, but 38 stars in 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's, for a speed run, not even casually. That's I could not imagine.
A different type of player.
And this Bowser fight is just themed as if it could be the final one. is only the second. It's like multi-phase, and I suck at the game. In my defense, tail storage, or whatever you would like to call it. Oh, never mind. I can't defend that. Tail storage is not in this game. I'm like 90% sure. That's my defense. Oh, never mind. I just lied to you all. So, first step is to unlock your dog. And you can avoid that text box, but I'm bad. So, the second one is now you have to defend your dog, as he's digging up this very important thing. Now, this was one of my favorite, like, this was probably my favorite boss fight in the game, but they nerfed it after the launch. It used to be significantly harder, but I like the harder version. But I get that it didn't make sense. But it's very fun. You play like back and forth. Catch, I guess.
Tennis, maybe?
Tennis? Yeah, kinda. I can see it. These amps here. Your dog digs up a bomb. And since we've already hit him once, he has a new phase. Very cool. Now we do the same thing again. Okay. And now guess what? We're on phase 3, so guess how many we get this time?
3.
Now this one actually does get hard, especially if you keep punching forward like you are, because then you reduce the distance. That sucks, but besides that, pretty straightforward fight. Just jump over these later beams and those ones, and throw the bomb at Bowser. There you go. So throw Bowser into the bomb, you throw the bombs at Bowser. It's very cool. It's a long fight, but I think it definitely deserves the time with how cool it is. Just shows you the amount you can do nowadays. Post, I assume Decomp helped significantly with making stuff like that. And now we get to another one of excellent theming. Really cool theme here, excellent music choices. Really fun stars. I mean, that's... I think that's the important thing, is that even though this game has excellent theming and music, the gameplay, it's there. Just my gameplay isn't there. But it's okay. This estimate is long, intentionally. We should be able to hit it no problem. Underestimate, I mean. But I am rusty. I haven't played too much recently. But my PB, which is also world record, is 42:32 in game time. We don't care about real time, which is exciting in my opinion. I think it's important to be safe and drink water. That's why I like in-game time. As long as you don't...
also allows... Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, as long as you don't abuse it excessively. I don't want people to like come in and go, okay, I can just take a 15-minute break and, you know, reduce my nerves. I think there's a difference, but, you know.
Yeah. It also allows for other people, or it allows other players to play on their preferred platform, whether it be Virtual Console or console, the original console. I'm sure a lot of people don't care about that, but at least to like people who prefer playing on console like me or other vanilla speedrunners, it's a nice little quality of life thing.
Yeah, it means you can be competitive and you're not worrying about every frame of lag that you get. Well, it can be cool to definitely reduce that in some games. This one, having the option so you don't have to worry about that and you can focus on the movement can be very nice. Especially when it's designed for that. And that's what the timer on the top left-ish is for. That's the in-game time. It pauses on, not on pause, unfortunately, like, it's still going. But it pauses for after every star and on the main menu, as you would expect. Alright.
Nice little banger from Partners in Time here.
We'll be getting another banger from Double Dash as well in the other section of the cave here. And how many hacks can you say have it all? Excellent movement, great stage design, good music choices.
True.
Ah, okay. That's probably not worth it to go for. It saves like 2 seconds, and if you miss it, you get pummeled. But it's okay. I'll take my time, don't worry. Oh, yep, I should have taken more of my time. Save you guys time, but it's okay.
It is what it is.
You know, eventually I will learn. I can just long jump this, right? Okay. Oh my god, that would have sucked. Oh yeah, and the monkey bar physics is a little bit different, not too different, but definitely very nice. Just a lot faster. Feels better. You're not just sitting there waiting. Also, we get these enemies from Mario World, as I believe the first time we see them.
That is correct.
Very cool enemies, though. I like seeing the other enemies from different games make it to this one. And this is one of my favorite stages. Second favorite, I think. Just do this trick here, don't worry about it. So basically this is a box factory, I think. So you have to turn on the generator for the factory, and now you can enjoy the factory.
You know, box factory, potential money laundering ploy. Who knows, really?
I mean, they're all the same thing, right?
True.
I mean, what business isn't money laundering? Let's be honest here. Now, the next star I do, you have to pay close attention. Dog's going wild. You only see it for a split second. You look closely. Dog? Hello? Even there? Oh, there it goes. Alright, so normally what you have to do is go pick up the dog, because he has the key, and you pick him up and you bring him to that door, and then you set him down and the dog explodes. I don't know why. Oh, no. We need these coins. So, your dog has very good powers. He can turn into a boat, he can make walls explode, he can make himself explode and be fine. The dog is insane.
Truly man's best friend.
I mean, I knew that there had to be a reason, and this game showed me everything I needed to know. This game, I believe, I don't think, it's very hard. It's very easy in this game to get the 45-degree wall kicks like that. which makes movement so much easier for stages like this. Love when a hack can actually use the camera properly. But maybe I'm just uncultured in hacks. I'm missing a lot of hacks in my list of played.
There definitely are quite a lot out there.
Yeah, it's hard finding the quality ones, I think. But maybe I'm very outdated.
Well, perhaps some viewers tuning in just now can stick around for the rest of the marathon. Maybe you'll see a ROM hack that really piques your interest.
Oh, absolutely. This marathon has a lot of good hacks, which means I am just out of date, but it's okay. Alright, last star here. Unfortunately, with how I routed this, we won't see one of the coolest bosses. I keep saying that. Cool as in the design of it. He has swag. It's like a gang boss or something. I don't know. Maybe he's the union leader or something. There's a whole bunch of Koopas down underneath the factory, and he's like leading a union or something. I don't know. They're popping off down there, which I support. Go Koopas. And now my favorite stage in the hack. And unfortunately for everyone else, it's not a question. It's very cool theming, excellent soundtrack choice.
Cool cutscene too.
Yeah, just custom cutscene. You have it all. It's just so atmospheric. We get lots of different custom things here. We had those like water jets. We have clouds that bounce, and like you get more momentum based off where the cloud is. You keep the momentum from the cloud. It's just so nice. Oh, and that rushing water sound. Also, slopes are broken intentionally, I think. You can just double jump and triple jump off slopes without needing to ramp up. If that makes sense, if you're used to vanilla. Very, very nice. And some people may not like this, but I am playing on not the most recent version. I am playing on 1.1.0. It allows for that clip. It saves like 20 to 30 seconds. That said, I would recommend if you are playing the game just to play the recent one. Experience it. And I'm sure you will. Won't you?
Surely.
Bet you'd want to anyway. It fixes a lot of things that were broken. Which, what a terrible spawn. But it fixes like a boss fight, and just does a lot of bug fixes as good developers do. Now here we are going to be skipping a few stars, but we'll come back, and you'll understand why once we get there. We can abuse the momentum there, although I used it poorly. There is a star behind us, but we don't care. We're gonna enter this void hallway. Liminal space. Very cool perspective shifts you can do there. Now you can see the big drain in the middle here once I turn my camera. This big void. We can skip one room there. So we skip a couple stars to come all the way over here for this one. And it ends up saving time because what you can do is you select... Oh, wrong star. You select that 5th star. Instead of... So you just keep spawning... You keep spawning in different places you were seeing. And you'll see why in just a second why that's excellent. That's the star we skipped earlier. But we're not done. We can go farther. Okay, well, if you actually if you actually go where you're supposed to go.
Third time's the charm.
There we go. You enter another liminal hallway.
This definitely feels like something out of a dream almost.
And then now we can finally continue on. We won't get the 6th star. It's very unique. I think it's a very cool section. It's where the red coins are in this stage, but it ends up being pretty slow. So we haven't seen the dog in a while, actually. Like, we saw the dog in the last stage, like, briefly, but didn't really do much. He just kind of freaked out. Just sudden. He's already got 100 coins. Check that out. What a useful dog.
Very wealthy.
Alright, and now we can go into the final level here. It's a long final level, but it's a good... It shows off all of the stages, and it has a bad background for bitrate, so... If the stream looks weird from now on, you know why. It does look cool. I know some people don't like it, but I think it fits. It fits, but it sucks for stream.
It's definitely a very unique effect. I like it. Nice little teleportation boxes from, I believe, 3D Land and 3D World.
Yeah, I believe that's where they started. Now so the first stage we saw in that first section here, and this is that cloud stage we skipped, unfortunately. Maybe in the future I can do 100%, or you can play the game, but you can actually see all of the stages, and this Hack's final stage is very cool, where you can see that little sign there with like the little X on it. You can grab the little dog bones, and that's how you know how to finish, or how you can 100% it and get all of the last star for this stage. Okay, that BLJ saves a minute. I'm not exaggerating. Alright, because you have to climb all the way up. Like, you know that first time on the first star in Hair Raising High Rise where I had to climb up like that first set of stairs to get the cane? You have to do that like 4 times. Like, loop up 4 floors on stairs. And I don't know why they thought it was a good design decision, but it definitely gets the point of the stage across, I guess. And that was Bowser 1, now we're in Koopa Water Stage. Very nice. Hopefully we get a cool slide kick at the end of it here. But these are like very galaxy-like things of water. Nice. And say what you want about Galaxy, but it has excellent theming, I think. Dog doing his best work out here. And I'm just gonna get hit by fire. Don't mind me.
It'll be fine.
Surely. We just play it safe. Which we won't have to do for too much longer here. Then we get some really strange wall kicks. Which only slightly makes sense if you know the stage completely. And unfortunately, we will not be collecting any of the bones. This one is cool. That's where the checkpoint is, which only kind of makes sense because if you die in a stage, you just get brought back to the beginning of it. Also, if I didn't note it before, there's no fall damage in this game. I like the change.
It's definitely another one of those quality of life changes.
Yeah, I think it definitely matters what you're going for in a hack.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've always thought fall damage was a bit of a weird concept anyways, because Mario games are not really known for their realism.
No, all plumbers can swing like that.
True.
It's a known fact, I believe, about plumbers in general. Now, if you remember this stage...
I mean, who wouldn't?
Ah!
It's the section, ooh.
That's
It's
alright.
the section where Mario becomes God and walks on invisible platforms.
There you go. Second try. Good enough. Alright. I don't know why it's designed like that, but whatever. I cannot complain. Now we get these things, which I believe also originate from Galaxy. Maybe 3D Land? Well, no. Galaxy's
I would say
before.
Galaxy. Yeah.
I don't know my Mario game timeline, I guess, but yeah. Very cool objects. We didn't really get to see them in the stage. I don't think they exist in the stage, but it's just kind of the move Bowser does. Alright. Very cool. Now, unfortunately, we have to fall forever here because... Alright. Because the bottom of this section is very low. They're in Galaxy 1 as well, now that I think about it, but yeah. So, you can kind of see the stage kind of goes everywhere, but if we can get on this fly guy... There we go. We can fly to the bottom here.
Boing.
To the next teleporter box, and you can see the red bone up there. And now, secret physics. Do you know if you press Z, you control lower? This isn't a real game. Test it out now. Boot up your console. Now this one's like weirdly themed. This is for the factory level, except that you don't really go outside besides the very beginning of it. So I think the theming, it's cool, but it's not, it doesn't match the stage super well. And now we're here, nearing the end here. Basically 2 sections left here.
Yeah, and this was the stage we were just in. Desolate Reservoir.
Also, those gates, when they swing up and down just that little bit before falling, they do actually give Mario that momentum. So you can do some pretty cool things with that. Like you can get a little higher jumps and everything, but we're not really going to be using that here. And just like that, we've gone through all the stages. And now we just have the final boss fight. Now, we're not going to be doing this boss fight as intended. There is an intentional thing where you use your dog, except that that's why the dog has a big bright red arrow over him, but I don't need to rely on my dog for everything.
We're a little old school here.
I might
Doing
die
good
here.
old 3 throws.
Nah, we should barely be okay, I think. especially if we dodge like that. Now, the chain jump is a lot more of a problem in this fight compared to the first one. The first one, he was a joke, but this fight, he actually poses a huge issue. So I think for this fight, tail storage is actually patched. Like, actually, for real this time. It doesn't mean that Bowser isn't bugged in some ways, but... What? Alright.
Whoa.
Chain chomp jump scare? That's not the way I wanted to throw him. Yeah, I didn't trust you. So if you can get the chain chomp off the ledge, he will just kind of chill back there. Alright, easy throw. Surely I can't miss. If I can grab Bowser. Alright, so there's a way to do this fight that's faster, but it's whatever. Anyway, this is our dog's god power. And unfortunately, alright, I set down the dog so we won't have the screen shake. And time will be as soon as this dialogue box comes up. And it didn't look like I beat my PB, and she reflects that in her text box. But that is Dog Collab. It is an excellent hack. I would recommend it for everyone. I'd recommend running it. I want more competition. I have both 100% and any percent records. It's like 42, 32, and 1 hour 20 something. Very fun. I would recommend at least playing it. Give it a chance. Support all of the developers. They did an excellent job on this hack. A collab hack that didn't fail. But yeah, that was Dog Collab. GTM, thanks for sitting in on the run.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I don't have the schedule pulled up, so unfortunately I don't know what's next, but good luck to the rest of the runners and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
GG's.